Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cappy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. With that said, if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. Before we start, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Lovers card. If you are in a partnership, relationship or marriage this week, you must make it a priority. This is where you put your focus. This is where you put your energy. This is where you put your everything, right? Your Lovers card is all about choices. It's all about the options that we have. And this tells me that for those of you that are in relationships this week, this needs to be your prime focus above all and everything else. That means open, honest communication. And it means also as well for some of you, maybe speaking the things that you don't really, want to speak about normally. For those of you that are single or not interested in love, what this kind of suggests is there are going to be some options that are available to you this week, but you are going to have to make a choice. You're going to have to take a you're going to have to pick an avenue this week. So where, maybe you've tried to keep your options open, you've tried to keep everything sort of, where you've tried to keep your options open, I think this week you're going to kind of be forced into a corner where you will actually have to make a choice. For your actions and options this week, you have the 10 of Wands. This is nice, actually, right? The reason I say that is because the 10 of Wands is always about the release of burdens. That's one aspect of this card. But another thing is it suggests that something that you are going to say may not necessarily be something that somebody else is ready to hear, but it is something that needs to be said regardless. So this week, whatever it is, wherever there is a partnership, a collaboration or a connection on the line, you have to speak your truth. It's only through that honesty this week that you're going to be able to make the kind of headway or the kind of movement or forward progression that you're hoping to see. For your communications and conversations, you have the Ace of Swords. This is a great card for communication. And it also tells me that whatever is going on this week, you are likely to be revisiting again later in, I would say, late June coming into July. Is that right? Yeah, no, up to and including sort of like the 22nd of June. The reason I say that is because the Lovers card is ruled by Gemini, and you've got this Ace of Swords here, which tells me that for some reason, whatever happens over the course of the next week or month, you're going to be revisiting in the time of Gemini, which is really interesting to me. For your communications in general, the Ace of Swords is having the guts, right? It's making that final decision. It's being very clear in your intentions, or stating your intentions, stating your desires, and being very crystal clear in them, even if they happen to upset the apple cart a little bit. What I will say to you as well, when it comes to those of you that work for somebody else, you've got 1 month left at the place that you're at, which suggests to me that either you're going to move up or sideways in the company that you're in, or you'll be jumping ship and going somewhere completely different. The Ace of Swords is a new contract of some kind, and I actually really like this for you guys. So whatever jobs you're looking at the moment, the chances are whichever applications you're putting out right now, one of them is the one. One of them is the one that you're going to be walking into, and very soon at that. For your also, I wanted to say, yeah, this just in. That's how it works. Sometimes you think you're done with a message, and then your intuition goes ping. It's like, wait, oh, okay, yeah, I'm getting something. Sorry, I have to laugh at myself sometimes. The extra message that comes in there, whatever jobs you're applying for, the one that you're going to get, it looks like the application process is quite long. So maybe there's like, you know, not just the standard one interview, but there's two, or there's an extended sort of period to the hiring process. Whatever it is, you'll be very successful in it, but it's a drawn out process. For those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, I love this. This really suggests that there are new contracts coming in for you, new ways of making money. Some of them are going to be very new or very novel to you. Like, it's like you're treading new ground in some way, shape or form, but you are 100% clear on the fact that you are able to deliver. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this looks like in some way, shape or form you're going back to school. There's something here that you are ready to learn, some new methodology or you know, insight that's ready to come in, but it is going to be what I would call real education rather than, you know, just a random sort of stay at home, you know, 3-day course. It's something bigger and broader than that. For your money and materials, you have the 5 of Wands. Okay, so money's a little bit challenging this week, and it looks like, again, those of you that are partnered, it may be because there's a disagreement over what we should be spending money on. I heard this once and it really struck a chord with me, and I believe that this is probably what you Capricorns that are married or partnered need to hear right now. When couples are fighting about money, they're actually fighting about sex, and when couples are fighting about sex, they're actually fighting about money. The two are very intrinsically linked. So my advice, lock yourselves in a cabin somewhere and get it done. You know, whatever that looks like to you. For all jokes aside though, the 5 of Wands, this week I would be very cautious about putting your money where your mouth is. If you're spending to prove a point, you're going to feel this at a later date, and then you'll be like, okay, you know what, that was a really stupid thing to do. This is something that I really want you to take a moment to think about, because it kind of feels like it's just not the right moment. All right, so whatever big purchase you're making, ask yourself why you're making this purchase. Is it to prove a point, you know, to a partner or to somebody that, you know, said, oh, you can't do that or whatever? Just be more cautious than that. You know, you usually always are, and it looks like in this regard, somebody goading you is going to make you act out of character. For your health and your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your heart, your spine, and your heart, your spine, and your back, like in general. Just look after that this week, especially because you've got the 10 of Wands up here as well, which suggests that your physical back, and probably the lower back at that, is going to really take the brunt of this. I remember reading somewhere as well, and I can't remember what book it was now, but when you have problems or challenges with the lower back, it's actually about your financial future. So again, this comes up as a double message now. Just be aware. All right, when it comes to your home and environment, looks like this is going to be a busy week for you guys. So, you know, mum's the word, but just be aware that, you know, technically we are still in lockdown here in the UK. So no more said. Your love and relations, you have the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so for those of you that are partnered and in relationships, this is you guys doing the work that needs to be done on the relationship, which is great. It looks like you're in it for the long haul. Like there's a realization. Yes, we're having troubles. Yes, we're having problems. That's fine. I'm in it for the long haul. Are you in it? Are we ready to do this? Are we going to fix this together? Yes, we are. Absolutely. Great. When it comes to your single people, through your course, your studies, your work, or even just like your general duties, if you are meeting somebody, it's going to be over the airways first. So that Ace of Swords suggests that this might be through email, you know, not necessarily like a dating app. I'm not seeing that. But it is like there is a literary connection before there's like a physical connection. Maybe this is somebody that you have to email for your duties, and, you know, then you end up getting talking and whatnot, and it kind of transpires from there. So for your full moon message for the 28th, that full moon in Libra, let's see what your Human Design Oracle card has to say for you. And this week you get The gate 23, assimilate, right? So this is about bringing things together, whether you're partnered or not partnered. This is about bringing the separate and disparate pieces of a puzzle together. It's about alignment, basically. And this, you know, really what you've learned up until now, excuse me, what you've learned up until now, what you've brought into the fold, what you have, whatever all the separate elements are, it's time for you to put them together. So no more IKEA baking, yeah? It's time to bring it all together and bake the damn cake. Whatever that means to you, I truly hope it helps you in some way, shape or form. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care and I'll speak to you soon.